Today I'm going to be telling you about why I'm taking a break. Cue the dramatic music, cue the dramatic coloring tone, cue the dramatic pause. I'm taking a break. And what I mean by I'm taking a break is that I am taking a break on my readathon that I do bi-monthly. If you didn't know this readathon even existed, this is not gonna affect you at all, I guess. But if you wanted to hear about it, I wanted to make a video to explain what's going on my readathon and my thoughts around why I'm putting it on pause for the foreseeable future. Ever since August of 2022, I have been hosting a bi-monthly readathon that is dedicated to horror books. It's called the 24-hour Horror-A-thon. It's a 24-hour readathon that goes on from 8 p.m. Friday to 8 p.m. Saturday. We do reading sprints. We read a buddy read together that is always a horror novella, and we watch a horror movie together on Saturday night and chat about it in Discord while we're watching. We have a Discord where we chat about the readathon while it's going on. Usually we also have a theme to it where the theme might be vampires. So we read a vampire horror novella and we watch a vampire horror movie. We've done a lot of different things. We've read a lot together. We've watched a lot together. We've had special editions together where in October I broke the 24 hours into 4 separate sessions of 6 hours so that every Friday night through October we got to read something different and watch something different together. It has been a wonderful time. It has been a great source of community. It has led to a lot of great reads. I've always tended to enjoy our buddy reads a lot more than you would expect to. I've had a lot of 5 stars. The average rating of all of the books we've read together is probably pretty high for me. We've just had great luck in that. I love the movies we've watched together, had some 5 stars come out of that. Some movies I typically wouldn't have watched, but ended up pairing with a theme and we got to watch them together. We've also watched some terrible stuff together and got to commiserate together and laugh at the movies while we're watching something truly horrendous. And it was just a really fun thing to look forward to doing once every other month on a Friday night and a Saturday night. It was a wonderful experience. However, I know when it's time to take a break on something. As Taylor Swift says, I know when it's time to go. And I know that right now it is time for me to put this on a pause. I'm calling it a pause because I don't know, maybe I'll want to pick it back up at some point. Maybe I'll want to refashion it at some point, but I don't know. I just know that I don't want to do it right now. One of the main reasons is I'm just personally not as into the horror genre right now as I usually am. I don't think this is a forever thing. I think this is just kind of temporarily my interest has waned a bit. I am still interested, like I'm still reading some horror, I'm still watching some horror. I'm really looking forward to that movie Companion that's coming out at the end of January. But in general, I'm just gravitating towards lighter things in all aspects of my life. I'm looking for things that are cozier, I'm looking to laugh more, and I'm just finding myself drawn away from the darker stuff. I think there's plenty of reasons why that is too that make a lot of sense for me. It's just a phase I'm in right now where I'm looking to relax a little bit more than to be on the edge of my seat and to be scared and to get that like cathartic feeling from being scared. Right now I'm looking for catharsis in relaxation and comfort and laughing and emotional stuff and crying. Like that is what feels good to me right now. And so it just would not be authentic for me to try to gear myself up for another round of this readathon right now. We would be going in February and then April and then every other month after that. And I just can't guarantee that I'm going to be in the mood for that and that I'm going to have fun doing it. And if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it. I do this for fun. I read for fun, I keep this channel going for fun, I did the readathon for fun. It's all for fun. Is there also some monetary benefit that comes from that? Absolutely. And that's always nice to have a little form of side income, but I'm not doing this as a primary source of income. This is not my livelihood. I am truly just here to have a good time. And because of that, I give myself a lot of grace in just doing what I want and not doing what I don't want to do. For example, I used to have a channel membership here on YouTube. I had that for a year. I think it was through the year of 2023. There were commitments that came with that. I was doing a book club every month for my membership. I had a Discord channel. I would give early access to videos, all of these things. And that was fun for a year. And then it was not fun anymore. I did not like having this feeling of obligation hanging over me. I did not like asking for money from people and feeling like I wasn't fully delivering on that value. I think there's plenty of creators who do really deliver on the value of their memberships or their Patreons. I just am not someone who has the time to invest in something like that, at least not in this time. That's also a thing that, like, maybe I would do that again in the future, but right now, what my life looks like right now, that's not something I have time and space for. I like to keep this part of it fun. Everything is free, nothing is guaranteed. It's all just at the whims of what is creatively energizing me in the moment and what I'm finding fun. I also just kind of feel like readathons are a dying art a little bit. It just feels like they are a little bit, if not dead, like getting close to dead. Everything comes in waves. I'm sure readathons will come back again at some point, but right now I just don't feel like readathons give what they used to give. I think a part of that might have to do with the fact that so many creators do have Patreons and memberships where they are hosting readathons within their own communities that are behind these paywalls, where I'm sure that's a lot of fun if you're like in that community and it's very branded to that creator and you're very associated with that creator and the other people who support that creator. Like, you get all these sub communities that are happening, whereas just on booktube and YouTube, like everything that's publicly available, you're not seeing that as much. And it feels like a lot of things over the past 2 to 3 years have really started to shift more and more in that direction. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. I'm not really saying that I have an opinion on that. I think that is just part of why it doesn't feel like we have this love for readathons as much as we used to. There are still readathons that go on booktube all the time that aren't behind paywalls. There's very creative readathons that are happening all over the place. But to me personally, it just doesn't feel the same for some reason. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that down below. Does it feel the same for you? Are you noticing something different? Do you think I have it all wrong? That's just kind of how I feel about it. And I think because I'm feeling that way, it makes me feel that way about my own readathon, you know, where I'm like, I just don't know if this is like the thing anymore. Maybe I can push myself to do something a little more creative, find a different way to build community. Because that's my favorite part of this platform. I love to have a creative outlet and I love to have community. Books are a great conduit for community. Storytelling is a great conduit for building community. It gives you something to talk about. And at the end of the day, that's one of the main things that I'm here for. If I was just sitting here talking to a camera and there was, you know, none of everything else that there is, you on the other side of this video watching it, talking with me in the comments down below, my fellow friends and creators who are out there creating their own content, we engage in each other's content, and then we come together and we do things at different times like book clubs or readathons or, you know, any kinds of fun ways to build those connections. If all of that wasn't here, I wouldn't be doing this. Like, that's why I'm doing it. So I'm sure that I'll find something new to do. I'll find something new that fuels me creatively and that serves as a function to build community. But for now, the 24-hour horror-a-thon is just not what's doing it for me right now. And if you're someone who really looked forward to that, I am so sorry. I know what that feels like, to feel like you have something to look forward to and then it ends in this like feeling of emptiness and disappointment. But with every ending comes an opportunity for a new beginning. And as much as it can feel sad to let go of things, it also just opens you up for the opportunity to experience new things, things you might even enjoy more, things that might bring you even more joy. And I feel like that's just been a theme of what I've been learning personally within the last year. It was kind of a season of a lot of different endings. It's still kind of a season of endings in my life right now. And it's really easy to get caught in that mindset of like everything is ending and everything is changing and everything is bad and I'm losing all these things that I loved. But I've been learning to reframe it into it's a season of beginnings. Like, you can't have a season of beginnings without a season of endings. So anyway, I think there's going to be a lot to look forward to. While I have a little bit of sadness about closing this chapter, at least, you know, for now, maybe forever, I don't know, I also have a lot of energy and excitement about seeing what the next chapter holds. So that is all I had to update you on. I just wanted to come on and give a little explanation, put a little closure on this moment. I'm not going to close the Discord that I have available where all of the members are in that community. I'm going to keep that open. So if you're in there and you still want to talk to one another, have at it. You can definitely do that. I just wanted to make sure no one was sitting waiting with expectation, you know, to hear what I was going to say next about our next readathon. So now you know, this is your update. We're on pause for the foreseeable and potentially forever future. And while that may be sad, there are plenty of exciting things to come. Ooh, also, if you are still interested in engaging with a community that talks about horror novellas, I can recommend you the channel with Allie. Allie hosts a book club called Tiny Terrors, and they read horror novellas for that book club. So definitely check that out if you're looking for something else. I'll leave a link down below to Allie's channel as well. And I'm sure there are even more things going on in our community. So if you want to leave a comment down below and recommend other horror-based communities, I'm sure a lot of people would be very thankful to find some other things to engage in. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.